Hello, Robin here from Truck Action WA, and I'm here to discuss with you all some of the requirements that we have for the up and coming Moto ride night that we have. Just a week away. Very much comes down to your bike prep. Almost everything remains exactly the same, but one of the most important things that we have, because it is a night event, we do require tail lights. In the past, we've always taped up your tail lights and your brake lights so people can't see when you're braking and trying to outbrake you into corners. We will still require the brake lights to be deactivated, but because it is a night event, we do require you to have a tail light one form or another. Got this little road bike here, as very many people will be road bike riders bringing their road bikes up. I'm going to show you a few ways you can disable your brake light while keeping your tail light intact. Also, I'll be going through a few ways of how you can add a tail light to your bike if you have a race bike, so that people behind you can actually see that they're coming up to you. Bear with me, it's going to be not too long a video, but we'll get there. Okay, the first thing I want to go through is the requirement for a tail light. Now, there's a few options available. We will have on the day available these little lights. They're just like a bicycle light that you have. Anyone who rides bicycles might have one of these on theirs. And quite a small light. Push a button once, it flashes quickly. Push a button twice, it flashes slowly. A third time, and it remains on constant. If you are riding for the night, we need your light to be on constant, exactly like this. These will be available for purchase on the night. They will be fitted out with some adhesive tape. This is just one I made up quickly, and we will have a bit more effective double-sided tape than this on the ones on the night. When you purchase one of these lights, you need to fit this to the back of your bike. So it needs to be, try and keep it as high and as far back as possible. Try and keep it in the middle of the bike as well. However, anywhere on the back of the bike that you can fit this light securely will be quite alright. I will show you a few options for this in a moment. Additionally, if you have any other type of light, this is one from my push bike. Again, it needs to have a function that it can remain on constant. And again, you can mount this on the back of your bike. As long as there is a red light that is on constantly while you're on the track, that will be quite okay. Okay, this is for the road bike riders. Anyone who's riding to the track for the day and needs to disable their brake lights. This hopefully will be of some use to you. I have here a 2004 Yamaha R1, and I will show you how to disable the front and rear brake light switches, and thereby you will still have a functioning tail light, but when you apply the brakes, your brake light just won't come on, and that's perfect for what we want on the night. Bear in mind, if you do this after having ridden up to the track, don't forget to reconnect it for your ride home. Otherwise, you may be in a bit of strife if you apply the brakes on your drive home. Always remember, at the end of the day, at the end of your track day, always reconnect your brake lights. So what we have here, that there is the front brake, and just here are two wires, little spade connectors, which go to the front brake light switch. So what I'm going to do is give them a little bit of a jiggle, not too much, I don't want to break them. And out they come. And that is your front brake light disconnected. I now go down to the back. Now if you're lucky, on some bikes, you can find the brake light switch. There it is just there. And there is the cable for it. Sometimes if you're very, very lucky, you can reach the plug. Unfortunately on this one I can't. Now the way the brake light works, there's a little spring down here, and if I take that off, that's it, and I can move that up to here. And what I'm going to do, because I can't remove the spring entirely, I'm going to get a cable tie and cable tie it there for the course of the night. Once it's there and out of the way, the rear brake will still work, it will still return, but the brake light won't come on. Very simple. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show is basically how to mount these little lights, which have got a flat base and just some double-sided tape. Now, most modern bikes, you'll struggle to find a nice flat surface straight out the back. However, you can fit this straight to your license plate if it's a road bike, or if you have these GoPro mounts. Very common little thing, bit of double-sided tape on there, and you can, if you're clever, if you have two of the shoes, you pop out one of the nuts, and what you can do is join these two together, stick the light to that, and then you are able to mount that on nearly any surface and have it pointing straight out the back. Most of the riders, most of the track day riders already have a GoPro mount on the back of their bike, on the tail section or underneath the tail section, and like this you can angle it any which way and secure it to get it to hold pointing out the back. I'm going to give a little bit of a mock-up on one of my bikes so you can see what I mean. So this is what I've created. I've got the sticky pad on there, one little adapter and another shoe, and the light is stuck to that. So basically I can mount this anywhere on my bike. On here, I'll just mount it under there. Of course, let's see if this stays stuck. Probably not. There we go. And as such, again, keep it on constant. And there you have it. This is one of the options which I've come up with. It's basically a little GoPro shoe mounted with an adapter onto another shoe, and then the light is stuck to it. Now with this shoe, you can pretty much put this anywhere that you like where you have a GoPro mount. So if you have a GoPro mount down here, you can place it there. If you have one on top, you can place it there. It's completely up to you, but you need to try and angle that light as best you can, pointing straight out the back. In this example here, I've got a light from the back of a bicycle, and that's secured with a little bracket just at the bottom of the plate. This is probably the most common way that most people do it. You make up yourself a little bracket, just something to give yourself a flat surface so you can secure the light on. I've gone a little bit overboard, naturally, with some lock wire on there to make sure that this light doesn't come undone. And there it is, a nice bright light out the back so that you can see who you're approaching. Now the only other thing, being a night event, don't forget your clear visors, because once the sun goes down we do need you to have a clear visor on. Please don't forget it. If you have any questions about these lights or how to put them on, come and see me on the day, send me a message, put it in the responses. I will answer as best I can. Hope to see you all there. Looking forward to it.